Aloha, Natashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center. Here on the island of Kauai, we present this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8, and recorded on our website, kauaidharma.org. I'm Lama Tashi. When we do these practices to train the mind, we treat the mind as if it was like one of our screens, like one of our cell phones or computer. And we do that because the mind has many applications. And most of the apps that we use with our awareness is pertaining to oneself, or in some cases, a soul. And the problem with that is it doesn't include the other sentient beings. And this state of self is where all the pain and suffering comes from, just from the idea of a self existing, separate from other beings and separate from the world around us. So the mind training program is used through the guidance of teachers who have been using these methods for the last 2,600 years. When Shakyamuni Buddha introduced these into the Indian tradition. And today we're using those same techniques which have come from India to Tibet and then strengthened and improved on in a way that we can move directly from this selfish nature of the I or soul to the altruistic motivation that everything we are doing to change the screen of the drama mind to one that is clear, open, and kind, and considerate, and compassionate. Now, those terms seem to be ordinary, and actually we do apply them to the ordinary situation. But in the mind is what we call ultimate nature, Tathagata, or Buddha nature. And in order to connect to that, you not only need the guidance of a teacher, because it's impossible to overtake the power of the mind and do it by yourself. And secondly, it's necessary to engender 3 states of more intelligent awareness. The first idea, we call the foot of meditation, is that everything is voidness, that the essence of everything is light and space. And that not only outside of you, but inside. The second thought is the head of meditation is devotion and respect for the teacher that is giving you the methods according to your situation that will quickly cause you to move away from the drama mind, we call it the judgmental mind, into the non-judgmental. And that's a way more intelligent, actually infinitely more intelligent way of being in the human condition than the way we are ordinarily functioning. And before we take refuge tonight, I would like to introduce from my Lama teacher, Taisatsu Rinpoche, a book that went out of print some times ago called Way to Go. Looks like this. And I practiced from this book about 45 years ago. And it is based on the taking and sending practice of Tong Len. And the whole first part of the book is how to set up your program. Then the second part of the book is how to practice the program, how to install it. And when we enter into the Bodhisattva training, which is what this program is about, preparation is most important based on the 6 paramitas, 6 Bodhisattva disciplines. And the most important of those 6 is meditative focus, the ability to hold your mind on one thing for long periods of time. And this is what Tai Suttu Rinpoche says is actually the second point of 7 points of mind training. The first point is being able to acquire a state of what we call shine or laton, which means to quiet the mind. It says, from that point, any meditation that we do, which we call method or means, is to help us gain a direct experience of the natural or Tathagata nature innate in all sentient beings' consciousness. The practice of these means or methods will eventually bring us quickly to the point where there is direct realization of what Tathagata or the natural state really is. But in order to reach that point, we need first to train ourselves in the meditation. And the initial step we must take is to learn how to focus or concentrate. How to keep our mind constantly on one object. To see something clearly, we first have to focus upon it. To see our reflection of a bowl of water, for instance, we should not touch it, but let it be still. In the same way, we realize we connect to the nature of our mind, which is actually the essence of the universe. We first have to learn to approach it and let the mind settle in itself. In the beginning, there are many obstacles, many disturbances. All of these are caused by all sorts of thoughts. But if we have no means of calming this mind and making it peaceful, then we will not be able to go very far with this reclaiming of the mind, which causes liberation. This is why we practice shine or samatha, peace and tranquility meditation. This samatha meditation gives us the preparatory stage and is a very simple technique employing starting with one's own breath. Now, how did we get this?
We got that used off of Amazon.
We got this book used off of Amazon. So if you can get it, I've recommended 2 other books, actually 3, including Lama Rinpoche's Story of All of It. But if you can get this very, very direct, powerful mind training program, and it clarifies the taking and sending practice to the point where you would be wanting to do it all the time. Kenton Tai Suttu Rinpoche is my teacher, direct teacher. And actually he came to Hawaii many times and to our 40-month retreat in Oregon. And his seat is in Honolulu for the West. Like Karmapa's seat is in the East Coast. So each Lama has his place in the Western world. But starting with the breath, in our practice, is based on the altruistic motivation that what we are doing, even these simple shamatha practices, is for the benefit of all beings, to bring them to understand their true nature and how to use it. So we'll start with that idea and chant that phrase of the altruistic motivation, which goes like this. In order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now all together take refuge and, when possible, offer prostrations and other practices. Then the refuge is sixfold. The three jewels, which all Buddhists take refuge in, and in our tradition, the three roots of Tantra. And this prayer in English, we go for refuge to all the glorious holy Lama. We go for refuge to all the deities, which are called the Yidams gathered in our mandala. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. Each of these six possesses the mind of transcending awareness. I'm going to chant the altruistic motivation, then we together will chant the refuge, both of these in Sanskrit. Dag dang joa nampe tadang yampe semchem tamche tu di ne junte jishi jengchu ningpo la chi ki bardu. In the refuge, Golden Lama Dampa Namla Chapsu Chio Yedam Chilkor Gilakso Namla Chapsu Chio Sanje Chon Dende Namla Chapsu Chio Dampe Chur Namla Chapsu Chio Kaupe Gendun Namla Chapsu Chio Kao Kando Chokyo Chome Cho Yesheki Shendan Dempa Namla Chapsu Chio. Namla Chapsu Chio means we are doing this all together. Then the Bodhisattva Training School starts with the refuge prayer of the six perfections, which are called the six Bodhisattva training method. And that prayer goes like this. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through the merit of gaining through practicing the six Bodhisattva disciplines called the six perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Then in Sanskrit, Sanjay Chodam Choki Chodama Chanchu Pardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Kagi Jinso Jipe Sonampi Chola Panjur Sanjay Rupa. Now, I'm reading from Taisattu Rinpoche's book on the 7 points of mind training section. The first section is the basics of what propels us or gives the inclination to connect to the teachers and to the Dharma, Sangha, and so forth. And the first thought that we should meditate on is that we have a precious human existence and we should use this to benefit other sentient beings in our environment. We have the 8 opportunities, and we are free of the 7 obstacles to do this as human beings. So we should practice now. The second thought is that everything is impermanent. We don't know which comes first, the next life or the next thought or the next breath. So we should practice now. The third is that all of us have brought tendencies with us from countless lives before to this life. Positive and negative tendencies, and they have followed us like a shadow, and most of them are hidden in our consciousness. And this is the unfavorableness of what we call the relative situation of conditioned existence. So those 4 thoughts make us inspired, help us to be inspired, and actually add impetus and power to our practice. Our precious human body, impermanence, karma, and the unfavorableness of the conditioned existence, which is always changing, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And those changes we don't have control over. So we should practice now. And then we have also, he says, we have 4 wishes based on the altruistic motivation. And the first one is that we wish all sentient beings to be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. The second one is we wish all sentient beings to be happy and have the cause for happiness. The third one is we wish all sentient beings to be established in their natural mind of bliss. And with our help, we can bring them to that. And the fourth one is that they be free of all emotionality and enter a state of equanimity, free of attachment, aversion, pride, jealousy, stupidity, and many other conflicting emotions. And I put all of that on the back of the refuge page. So let's meditate. Sit with your back straight, head slightly tilted forward. Hands in a comfortable position, either in your lap or on your knees. And at certain points, together in front of your heart chakra. Palms together. Mouth closed. Breathe through the nose if possible. Eyes open and soften your gaze to the space directly in front. And this point is actually the true nature of your natural mind, your thoughts, and the entire universe are exactly like what's right there. Then bring your awareness, your focus to your breath. Inhale, the diaphragm expands. Exhale, diaphragm contracts. Breathe like that for a few moments. Now, this movement of the diaphragm is actually your power center. We call the navel energy chakra. And the proper technique of breathing is to get the air into this by filling your lungs and imagining this bellows-like spontaneous activity of your inhale and your exhale with your diaphragm. Then the next step in prana yoga is the special prana yoga practice of the three lights. And the energy program that we are entertaining is based on the 5 elements of the world around us, which are all in the air that we breathe. So taking that much energy of the elemental nature of the outside world, we inhale the air through our nose into our lungs, imagining it to be white light filling our lung. Then we gather the energy of all those elements that are in the air, and we visualize red light flashing through our body as the energy pervades every aspect of our being, every atom, every molecule, every cell, like a flash of energy through our whole foreign body. Then we gather those 2 codes, the white and the red, and give a powerful exhale of sharing that with countless sentient beings out our nose as blue light to space. Again, inhale white light, fill your lungs. The energy breath through your body visualizes red light flashing through every cell. Bringing these 2 together, you exhale blue light out to infinite sentient beings in space as a powerful healing result of breathing. Now we're going to count 21 consecutive 3 lights breaths. Inhale white light, energy breath, red light through the body, both out the nose to space as blue light. That's 1. Now do 20 more. Now, when you reach the 21st breath, take the focus off the breath and collect the three lights into one tiny point of light and imagine it to enter into the center of your chest in the central channel of your life force. And the moment you do that, you are creating what is called a tigli, a bindu, or chakra energy center. And we call this the heart chakra. And the moment you do that, that radiant point of light connects to the infinite light pervading boundless space. And this is actually the basis and mother element of all five elements. So for a few moments, simply relax in the present and contemplate space. And having gathered this basic space, it's called the all ground, as the basis, again invent the particle in your heart chakra and visualize it to grow into a small sphere of clear light. As small as you can imagine. Then focusing on that small sphere of clear light in your heart center, imagine it to grow into a symbol of one of the five elements. So we have earth, water, fire, air, and space. And because of our practice tonight, I'm going to pick the fire element or gas, which is visualized as a four-sided pyramid with the base made of light. About the size of your thumbnail, it appears in your heart chakra. Label it fire. And using this fire element symbol for healing, imagine it to grow, move outside in front of your chest and up before your eyes. About 2 feet in front. And keep it smaller than your thumbnail. Then keeping imagination and focus together, imagine this symbol to grow in size that you can, about the size of a large room, that you can see yourself just as you are, comfortably sitting inside. Then using this red pyramid labeled fire for the five elements healing meditation practice, imagine it to grow in size to completely enclose a large area of where you're doing your practice. City, town, here we use the island of Kauai, visualized inside the red pyramid of light. And what we are doing is sharing the healing energy of this practice by simply thinking that all the beings in that large area are receiving this healing practice. Then imagine the pyramid, that pyramid, grow inside to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. Extending this healing application to all the beings in and on and around Mother Earth. Then visualize it to grow in size to completely enclose our solar system, containing the sun and all the planets, extending billions of miles in every direction inside. Then expand your consciousness using this symbol to expand to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then you move beyond the boundaries of your conceptual mind and visualize it to merge or disappear into the infinite light of boundless space. And with this application, we take the basic space that most people consider and develop it into the Dharmakaya, the playground of the Buddhas. So contemplate this infinite application by staying present and aware. Then out of this state of infinite potential, again invent the healing symbol of the four-sided pyramid to enclose the galaxy. Then shrink it in size, imagining it to enclose just our solar system. Then smaller and smaller to just enclosing Mother Earth. And bringing all of that healing energy, universal energy, into our situation by imagining it enclosing the area where we are doing this practice. Here we imagine the island of Kauai and surrounding ocean inside. This is our neighborhood. Then reduce it in size to just enclosing your physical body. Having saturated your physical form with this psychic energy, finish the practice by imagining the four-sided pyramid to again appear in its small size, 2 feet in front of your eyes. Drop it to chest level and bring it into your heart chakra. Reduce it in size to a small point of light connecting to the infinite light of boundless space. Relax. No meditation. Simply be present and appreciate this infinite state of spatial awareness. At this point in the practice, your natural mind and the natural universe are in sync, union, equal. Then bring that developing awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it into your area of influence. Then, because we're our bodhisattvas, we dedicate the virtue and results of this to the benefit of all living beings and to our environment for good health. Now, in Lama Taisitsu Rinpoche's book, Way to Go, he moves from what we just did, the 3 lights practice, to train the mind to relax, but be focused and aware in a state of what is called shine or samatha, peace and tranquility. And then, having accomplished the 3 lights and applied that to the 5 elements healing practice, then from that he goes to the practice of taking and sending. And this is all in the second step of the second point of the 7 points of mind training for a bodhisattva. And that taking and sending, he uses one's mother because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have one. But some people, they didn't like their mother, or they don't remember their mother, or they were abused by their mother. But no matter what, she used the 5 elements to create you and brought you into the world. And she didn't know maybe that gives you the potential to become what you already are, a Buddha. Because you can only do this in the human condition. So when he uses the mother, he has her sitting directly in front. And then whatever ideas you had about your mother become the basis of the taking and sending, so that she is relieved of all of her negative pain, suffering, harmful tendency, with black light into your lungs, and then white light back to her, and she's best of everything, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually perfect. And I'm telling you this because I have a lot of students that just can't handle the idea of their mother. And that I can't handle the idea of certain politicians and world leaders. And when I get like that, those are the ones that I do the taking and sending with. And the most awful, worst, meanest, harmful, insane, the better the taking and sending practice. Because remember, the foot of all meditation is voidness. You relieve them of their harmful aspects into your heart center. White light back, immediately they're okay. Ooh. Try that on the people you hate or dislike or have a terrible judgment of. And after a while, this taking and sending practice, the more you apply it to all these adverse beings and situations, the less judgment you have in your mind. And when your mind is completely free of judgment about good and bad and superior and inferior and stupidity and all that, that's Mahamudra. Then it's easy to not let your thoughts run the show. Then it's easy to let your body not run the show. You liberate yourself. But for us tonight, we're going to do Prajnaparamita. Now, Prajnaparamita, the mother of perfect wisdom, is the ultimate mother principle. And by that I mean all the Buddhas, all the Lamas, all the deities, which are 1,000, come from Prajnaparamita through the heart chakra, through the heart mind or the heart sutra. Why? Because the ultimate simplicity is that everything you think, see, smell, taste, touch, feel is empty of origination. None of it can exist without all of it. All of it can exist without nothing. So she makes a simple statement in a text about this thick, which starts with the Heart Sutra, that form is emptiness and emptiness is form. And you apply that to everything. And what it does is it takes your mind into the middle between how things appear or not. And you even see that in our social program. Things appear, but they don't appear as they appear. For instance, a rainbow looks like it's there, but it's not there. Reflections in the mirror and the water looks like there, but can't take. Your own thoughts. They look like they're there, but they're not there because they come out of nothing and they appear and they go away. And you apply that to everything. It's this way and it's not this way at the same time. And that's why that text is so thick. Because we have so many aspects of our being, all the parts of our body, all the appearances of the outer world, the infinite thoughts that we think day and night, nonstop, all have that same essence. And when you can relax through meditation practice in the essence of that, which we'll call the mind, there's nothing beyond that. And that's the mother of perfect wisdom. And she simply has the Heart Sutra in one hand, which is the basis of all the 100 sutras. And she has a mala or a vajra of the 5 elements and 5 Dhyana Buddha families, 5 states of Buddha activity in the other hand, so that you can progress slowly or directly from your drama mind to your non-drama mind, from your judgmental mind to your non-judgmental mind, to your harmful mind to no more pain and suffering. But you have to do it through meditation. Sorry.
Why, sorry.
You can experience it, but you can't hold it unless you practice holding it. And that's why her 2 hands are in the lap. So this symbol of energy around her head is all form is one thing. This is a state of unity called mirror-like wisdom, and it's the antidote to the worst affliction: anger, aversion, hatred, rage, and all its ramifications. And then, where does this come from? Out of this universal energy of space, the mother element. Because without space, we wouldn't have a universe. The other 4 elements and the space appear together. And the mother element is the most important because the others can't function unless they are connected with space. She appears in a lotus sun and moon disk, this is only for the human condition. Yes, it's for all sentient beings, but they have to come into the human condition to be of benefit to living beings by becoming what they already are, the mother of perfect wisdom, the female Buddha of all the Buddha. And all the guys, the only way we get here is through one. And the only way you're ever going to learn anything is through women. And that's my experience. From my own mother right down to the present situation with my lovely wife, Abby, and all the other lovelies in between. That said, let's practice the deity, the ultimate healing female Buddha, Prajnaparamita. And you receive the transmission from all the lamas and all the Buddhas of the 3 times, and all of the bodhisattvas who attained liberation from the time of Shakyamuni, disciples down to the present day, to this present moment. Then the transmission is received through the Lama, who represents all the lamas of all the Tibetan Buddhist lineages. And you visualize that Lama, man or woman, or this one in front of you, Lama Tashi, as giving you this transmission for your body, speech, and mind. Because those are the only 3 things that you have to do practice. So when you see the Lama in front, he or she, white light comes from the Lama's head into your light, into your head. And this is the transmission to be the deity of radiant, blissful voidness of light as Prajnaparamita. Then the empowering energy of red light from the Lama's throat into your throat is to receive the transmission of your physical body appearing as a rainbow body. Of bliss energy. And as that, whatever you say becomes this speech, prayer, mantra of this deity, the mother of perfect wisdom. Then blue light from the Lama's heart chakra to your light with the healing sound Hum is to heal all aspects of your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual awareness or consciousness to develop quickly into a bodhisattva, Buddha, or into the mother of perfect wisdom. Then when you can see these 3 lights emanating from the 3 places of the Lama into your 3 places, the sound Om vibrates in your head with the white light, the Ah in your throat with the red light, the sound of energy, and Hum in your heart chakra with blue light, the wisdom nature of loving kindness, compassion, combined with the practice of developing power and insight Then you visualize the Lama in front, merging into you like water into water. And you become Prajnaparamita. And your purpose as this deity is not only for your own liberation, but to liberate all sentient beings of the sixth realm. You came from this, and you're on your way back to this. And all sentient beings become the mandala of just that. The vibration of Prajnaparamita, however it appears in your practice, whatever practice you're doing, for instance, what we already done tonight. Then the Om, Ah, and Hum gather into your heart chakra, and the vibration of space is the seed-syllable bomb in Tibetan, or Vam in Sanskrit. And it looks like a moving square of light with a little sun and moon over it, or just a point of light above it. And it has a little ah hanging off one corner. That it's all just energy. Then light goes out from that bomb in your heart chakra, and all of the aspects of your Buddha nature gather into you with the heart mantra of the deity, which simply states, everything goes beyond the nature of your body. This healing energy goes beyond the nature of your speech. This healing energy goes beyond the constructs of your mind and becomes the perfect wisdom of your own true nature of awareness, applied to the four spirit worlds and to the animal and human world, wherever they take birth on planets throughout the universe. Tadyatha. That's the gathering of all this infinite states of awareness into one point. Om. The nature of the healing energy of the entire universe as the mother. Gate, gate, paragate. Gate means beyond the rationalizations of the body, beyond the speech, beyond the mind. Tadyata, Om Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisattva. Parasamgate means beyond the Buddha trainings, beyond the 5 Dhyana Buddhas, the children of Prajnaparamita. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. On all levels of existence and everything that appears out of imagination or your thoughts or whatever you see with your eye. See Salvavam mantra. Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisattva. Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisattva. Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisattva. Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisoha 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 Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisoha. The word Tadyata means all those who have removed judgment from their mind. By practicing with the body, speech, and mind, that form is emptiness and emptiness is form on all levels of existence, outside in the world around us, and inside in our own states of consciousness and awareness. Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisoha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisoha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisoha. So now you're replacing your ordinary body with this vision of young, beautiful, dressed scantily in silks and jewels, wearing the 8 kinds of jewelry, legs in full lotus, sitting on a lotus sun and moon disk, and the lotus is 32 petals, symbolizing the heart center. And the radiant light of the sun and moon is her healing energy everywhere, every being, regardless of where they are in the 6th realm. From the heavenly realms of the arrogant gods and goddesses, to the terrible realms of the demigods of the heavens, of fighting and quarreling based on jealousy, selfishness, meanness. And here in the human realm, all of our situation, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, needy. From the time we enter the womb till we move out of this body into the next life. And then the animal realms of dullness and stupidity. Then the lower realms of the deprived spirits, which no matter how they are, never satisfied. And then the lowest of realms of hatred, anger, rage, and meanness, the hell realm. All of these, the children, your children, as this deity, Prajnaparamita. And all of your practice is to bring them to fruition, of teaching them to liberate themselves based on the true nature of awareness and higher intelligence. Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha
Taryata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Taryata Om Gate Gate
Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate
Para
Parasam Gate
Soha
Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate
Soha
Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate
Para
Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Parasam Gate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Para Parasangate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhi Soha. Beyond, beyond, far beyond the, the judgmental nature. Soha, always increasing, always expanding, always appropriate, timeless. Soha, Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhi Soha Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisattva. To imagine yourself as the mother of perfect wisdom, using her seed syllable and mantra in practice. Presents the situation of you fulfilling all of your appropriate wishes and intentions for bettering yourself and this world around you, and entering into the next life to experience the highest levels of bodhisattva training and to quickly return to any planet, anywhere in the universe where human life exists. In whatever manner is appropriate and benefit for the beings on that world. And all of your daytime and nighttime situations, you start to think more and more as all these beings as your children. And when you use the New Doe practice of prostrations with refuge and purification through the Bodhisattva, Chenrezig and Tara, as Vajrasattva and Vajrayogini, make mandala offerings for your own benefit to quickly improve your practice, and connect to Guru Yoga, that your guide and all the teachers of Tibetan Buddhism are at your disposal. Then the inner and outer spaces become the Dharmakaya. playground of the Buddhas, this universe. Then all beings appear as filling space, appear as your children. And you say the four, what they call the four mani. That all sentient beings, your children, go to the Lama, the perfect Buddha. That all sentient beings filling space, your children, go to the Lama, the all-pervading Dharmakaya. That all children filling space go to the Lama as the bliss radiant energy of the deity, the Sambhogakaya. And then all sentient beings filling space, your children, go to the Lama of loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight, the Nirmanakaya. And then as Prajnaparamita, you gather all those four vehicles into one with the word Soha, the Svava Vikakaya, of the development of the 32 major and 80 minor marks developing in you as a child of all the Buddha. Om Mani Mani. Then all sentient beings develop into you from all the realms. Gather all your children from the hell realms, from the deprived spirit realm, from the demigod realms, from all the heavenly realms. And all your children from all the planets throughout the universe where humans and animals take birth. And you as Prajnaparamita disappear into the mantra in your heart center. And this mantra of the Mother of Perfect Wisdom disappears syllable by syllable into the bomb, the mother element of space. And it, in an energy field of 5-colored light like a rainbow, goes everywhere. Relax. Be present. In blissful awareness. Parasangati. Bodhisattva. At the end of the fulfillment stage of this two-stage practice, the creation stage of the deity with the mantra and seed syllable, and now the fulfillment stage of resting in the clear nature of your own mind, with the instructions of your Lama pointing out that true nature as being the ultimate fulfillment or liberation. From the pain and suffering of samsara, this emotional involvement with everyone and everything, which is simply a program. And slowly and deliberately deleted, and this new program installed, so that in this state of liberation, you experience the only activities of loving kindness. Based on the concern for the well-being of everybody and the environment of the world around you. And then with development through practice, you evolve into higher and higher states of intelligence, which is sadly lacking on the planet today in the entire human population of 7 billion humans. And the more and more of this conscious transition that takes place upon in the society of humans, in all the cultures of the planet, the closer and closer each and every one of us comes to attaining what we all desire, happiness. And the word gati means to move beyond the activities of the 5 dhyana Buddhas, which is her crown. But the 5-jewel crown has 3, 4, 5 levels. And the outer radiant energy of light is, you use these 5 energy fields to tame your mind. And once the mind is tamed of its meanness, selfishness, negative tendency, then these disappear. Because that's the natural state of each of these. And that natural state beyond the 5 dhyana Buddhas is this Buddha image of Prajnaparamita. Mirror-like wisdom, Bodhisattva training school, voidness, called Dharmadhatu, equality, and discerning awareness, that higher states of intelligence and their application are extremely important to compensate for all the calamities existing on the world today. That's called discerning awareness. This is the way to go. Okay. Next deity practice will be Bodhisattva training of Manjushri. Now, Manjushri and Prajnaparamita are actually the same thing. But this is an application of the Mother of Perfect Wisdom, which helps certain practitioners in Bodhisattva training school to attain insight faster, and their power and energy over their mind develop quickly, and their loving kindness and compassion growing. And you're evolving with that. And actually, I learned this in the 40-month retreat. So we did this practice of Manjushri in its wrathful form. He's visualized like this, but sitting on a leopard, bounding through backgrounds of jungles and mountains and so forth, with his sword in the sky blazing. And his left hand holding the sutra of Prajnaparamita, the Heart Sutra. And the C-syllable D is the sound of vibration of light itself, any form of light. The light of your imagination, the light of your thoughts, the light that comes in your eyes, the light of the sun and moon and stars, or the radiation of anything that gives off energy. And this D, in this wrathful application of Manjushri, is to tame violent humans, animals, and spirits. And the mantra is Om Hridi Deepa Manjushri Mum Hri Prajna Vardhana Hridi Soha, which translates into Om Hridi Manjushri Mum Hri Prajnaparamita Sadhana Hridi Soha. So this Prajnaparamita Sadhana is the Heart Sutra, is in that mantra. And when you do Manjushri, he has the same kind of crown as Prajnaparamita. So he has the 5 Buddha families, and he's transcending that with the 3 applications of body, speech, and mind into the single point in the sky, which is the symbol of the flaming sword cutting through the idea of self existing as a soul or any other entity. That's stupid. That's delusionary. It's cutting through that. The ultimate churd practice. And then he's taking on these hard to tame kind of spirits, animals, and especially humans. And standing in front of him is the Mother of Perfect Wisdom as a blue dakini. And she's holding a sword like this with the D on it. And his sword is marked with the Hri. So that's in the mantra, Om Hri Di Manjushri Mum Hri Prajna Paramita Sadhana Hri Di Soha. So it starts with Hri and D, light and wisdom, and ends with Hri and D. And everything in between is the play of Manjushri, so that you know your true nature. and how to use it and have fun with it. Be okay. And as the other one, the idea of the other one slowly disappears, everything that develops becomes more and more appropriate. And that's the key word. And your awareness becomes infinite okayness applied to anything, any situation. Infinite okayness is an infinite application of non-judgmental mind. And that's a very high state of intelligence. And there are many, many humans on the planet today, many men and women, functioning with that as their practice. Whatever they say, whatever they think, whatever they do, wherever they are, is okay. And I have lots and lots of those. Come here to Hawaii. In fact, this weekend we will have visitors at our newly renovated beautiful stupa in Molowa'a for 2-day retreat, Saturday and Sunday, from 9 to noon. Now let's do the Manjushri practice. When the Lama is in front of you to give the transmission of the Manjushri, then you can see the 3 lights, white, red, and blue, coming into you from the Lama's 3 places, with the Om, the Ah, and the Hum, and then those in your 3 places. Then you do the breathing of those 3 lights. So you take the Om, the Ah, and the Hum and connect it to your breath. So when you inhale the white light of the elements, the air and so forth, white light coming in, filling your lungs, you hear the sound Om, the vibration of the healing energy of the entire universe, Om. Then as the energies of the elements pervade your every cell, atom in your body, you hear the sound Ah, the sound of energy, space and light together. Then with those 2 in union, you exhale blue light out your nose, and the infinite healing application to the entire universe and all the beings in it is Hum. Inhale white light, hear the sound Om. The healing energy of the elements through your body, Ah. And those 2 together to all beings pervading space, Hum. Compassion, power, insight, loving kindness, Hum. And then you invite all of the Tathagatas, all the Lamas, all the Buddhas of the 3 times, all the deities, with 10 Hum. Visualize the dark blue Hum in your heart center 3 times. Om, Om, Om. And 4 times as they become in union, developing all your qualities. Om, 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 Om. And the result of that out to the three vehicles, the Dharmakaya, the Sambhogakaya, and the Nirmanakaya, as the universe. Om, Om, Om. And you gather all the energy of that with the Om, the Ah, and the Hum into your center. The Lama melts into you and you become Manjushri, peaceful, sitting as appeared here on a lotus, 18 petal lotus in space with the sword raised, blazing sword cutting through wisdom in the sky of your mind. Thumb and ring finger holding the beautiful blue lotus flower by your left ear with the Heart Sutra of Prajnaparamita. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Legs in full lotus, showing that you're human and in the human world with sun and moonsi and a blazing energy of the sun surrounding you. In the central Buddha field, your wisdom nature as unity, and that same around your head. Then a natural setting, and below you, the empty mirror of your mind, mirror-like wisdom, the Buddha field of Aksabhaya Buddha. There's the moon, sun, and stars. It's space all around in a natural world setting. This one is drawn like it's all in the clouds. With the sound D, placed over the sound Vam in your heart center, interconnected. This D looks like a U on its side with a hook over it and a little Ah connected. And sometimes they put the Ha sound below it. Is the creation sound of the mandala of Manjushri. And with this creation sound, the mirror-like wisdom, that everything that appears sensually and as you think of or imagine comes to the mirror, absorbed into the mirror and reflected back as blazing light, as if you were holding the mirror up to the sun. And that mirror is your mind. And as you be this deity, Manjushri, this energy goes to your mother directly in front, and she appears as Manjushri. Then father, all your relatives, friends, lovers, enemies, pets, everybody you have karma with. All the 7 billion humans on the world, all of them, Manjushri. All the animals in the ocean and on the land, everywhere, Manjushri. And the 4 spirit realms which pervade the entire universe, so that your mind is filled with this bliss aspect of awareness as this deity. Applied to infinite sentient beings equally to everyone. That creates the mantra. And the mantra appears 10 syllables in your heart. Om, Ah, Ra, Pat, Sa, Na, Di, So, Ha. And with these syllables, They are facing outward with the Om in front around the D, which is red in color and blazing on a blue background. And this is all in a 5-color sphere of light in the center of your heart chakra, about the size of your thumbnail. D. Then all sentient beings in your mandala being Manjushri, Om, R, Ra, Pa, Sa, Na, Di, So, Ha. Sound the mantra, be the deity, and create this mandala applied to infinite sentient beings, your children. Om Ara Patsa Nadi Soha. 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 Om Ara Nadi Soha. Om Ara Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Ara Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Nadi Soha. Om Ara Patsa 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 Nadi Soha. Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Ara Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Ara Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Nadi Soha. Patsa Soha. Om Ara Patsa Nadi 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 Soha. Om Nadi Soha. Om Ara Patsa Nadi Soha. The mantra is circling as you sound it clockwise, and the letters are facing outward. Blazing light comes off the vibration of the mantra through your body with the sound D, fills all the nadis channels in your body, and then it explodes out like sunlight does through our solar system to all beings as healing energy. Om Mara Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Mara Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Mara Patsa Nadi Soha. Om Mara Nadi Soha. Om Mara Soha. Om Mara Patsa Nadi Soha. Soha. That each sentient being is Manjushri, and your your mind is moving from the drama fixated mind into the higher states of intelligence in the natural aspect of awareness or mind. So the more you say this mantra with the D and be the deity and apply it to infinite sentient being, the faster your insight, your loving kindness, your power, and your awareness evolve, just naturally evolve, so that you gain the knowledge of what it is and how to apply it. And whenever you need to know something, you can use this like Google. Omara Patanadi Soha, Omara Patanadi Soha, Omara Patanadi Soha, Omara Omara Patanadi Omara Patanadi Soha, Omara Patanadi Soha, Omara Patanadi Soha. 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 Then you apply this mantra to the 6 realms with the mantra Om Arapatanadi. And that goes directly to sentient beings in the two heavenly realms, the 2 middle realms of the animals and spirits, and the lower realms of the hell beings and traitors, deprived spirit. Om Arapatanadi, Om Arapatanadi, Om Arapatanadi, Om Arapatanadi, Om Arapatanadi. Omara Patanadi, 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 Omara Patanadi. Omara Patanadi, Omara Patanadi, Soha. Then all sentient beings dissolve into you from every direction as Manjushri. You as the central symbol of loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight disappear into the mantra in your heart center. The mantras dissolve syllable by syllable into the D. The D in a 5-colored sphere of light blazes like the sun and extends its energy out and everywhere like a nova, like a supernova. And as this takes place, sound the D, focus on it in your heart center, blazing like the sun or like a supernova, flashing through every area of space. Sound the D, 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 D. Then when you move out of this state of applied voidness called Mahamudra, the completion stage of the practice, then you reappear as whatever deity that your Lama is guiding you on, Chenrezig, Tara, Manjushri. Between sessions, all sound is the vibration of the mantras of the deity. All appearances are the Buddha energy field, the Dharmakaya, the Sambhogakaya, and the Nirmanakaya, those three vehicles, body, speech, and mind of the teacher, the Lama. Then all sentient beings equal as whatever deity you are applying. Then do a session of taking and sending with the breath, long then. And then now we dedicate the virtue of these practices tonight for the benefit of all living beings, our mothers, or better yet, our children. Kewadi Nurdu Dao, Chaga Jumbo Jugirnit, Choa Ching Malu Ba, Ye Sala Koparshu, Sanjay Kusu Nempai Jimwa Don, Shoni Maker Nempai Jimwa Don, Nendu Miche Dumpai Jimwa Ki, Chitar Gomamu Manju Parshu. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may we quickly establish all sentient beings in that state, without exception, by the blessings of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of us, the Sangha, being unwavering, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. May all the Lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may all their wishes be fulfilled.